Hi, how are you, my younger brothers? I'm your elder brother, Kiran Roy. Today, I have brought one of the best topics ever, the trap of the spiritual religious lady and how they can destroy you. Everywhere, you might have seen one common trend. You might have seen these girls who have suddenly turned spiritual. Now, all they talk about are chakras, healing, crystals. They will be surrounded by incense sticks. In short, they have turned spiritual or they have turned religious. Mind you, they had no relation whatsoever with both religiousness or spirituality for that matter prior to that. It's suddenly they have turned over a new leaf, and you guys are very much impressed with her. You guys are thinking, hey, she's such a catch. She's such a spiritual, she's such a religious lady. So definitely she must be pure. She must be as pure as purity can be. And I have to have access to her because I will never ever get such a pure girl in this age of impurity. Isn't this what you think? That's the biggest mistake which you are doing. So before I proceed, let me tell you, if you find any value from my content, do give a super thanks, the proceeds of which will be 100% passed on. I mean, full 100% amount will be passed on to the orphan kids of the Chembur Children's Home. And I'll be covering all of these topics in great detail in this video. But for more intense and more deep understanding and study, and even the ways to come out of it, you can take my Be Charismatic course, because whatever videos I'll be making, I'll be describing them in great detail in the form of a course in my ongoing course, which is Be Charismatic. That's going to be an ongoing course of every topic will have at least 20 to 25 videos. And once the topic is over, I'll be heading on to the next topic. So currently also the dark psychology tricks topic is underway. You guys can join and you will have full access to even the prior videos, present videos, and definitely the future videos. So this is how it is. And as I said, you can definitely book 1:1 also. See, you can, if my videos are helping for you, awesome. But still, if you think that the videos are not helping you and you need personal 1:1 with me, by all means you can take a 1:1 with me by DMing me in Instagram. My manager, Mr. Abhishek Gulati, handles my DMs because we are receiving currently around 900 DMs on an average per day. So it's beyond my capacity to handle them, but my manager handles them and he will revert with you. Coming back to the video, my first point is the illusion of purity. So what happens? Suppose you are a man and you see a woman who is having a yoga pose, who has a peaceful smile on her face, and she's only talking about chakras, meditation, religion, of whichever religion she may belong to. There is no one particular religion. They can belong to any religion, and in many cases I have seen they even changing their religion. Suppose if she was born in a Muslim family, she will turn into a Christian. If she's born in a Hindu family, she will turn into a Muslim. Anything, they are like, I've seen high incidences of them changing the religion in which they were born into. Point to be noted. So what happens whenever we see such a girl or a woman for that matter? One thing is common. They will always have a peaceful smile on their demeanor. They will be like having these chakras, like vibes, like everything will be so good and positive about them. They will always talk in a soothing, calm voice as if they are the next like image of God. Like they are a God themselves. They will be talking with such a nice confidence, like very calm. They will be so composed. Like everything is like about religion. Like her every cell of her body is devoted only to religion, nothing else. But this is just an illusion. This is just an illusion which they are selling you. This is just to hide their chaos. This is just to hide their toxicity. This is just this is just a ploy to hide her exes, because these are the women which I have seen from my in-depth research. They are the most damaged. They are the most traumatized. They are the most fake. This is just an illusion which they are selling you, and you are falling for it. And that's exactly what they want. They want you to fall for that trap. They just want you to fall for that illusion which they are selling. And if you're falling for that illusion, they are right on path. They are just hiding under a false curtain, the curtain of religion, the curtain of spirituality. And do you know the sad part? Do you know what's unfortunate about it? All men fall for it. Every man worth their salt fall for it. They will never ever, they'll never be able to decipher the actual mind behind it. They will 100% fall for it. And this is the biggest curse of men. So my next point is the false safety net. All the men, I'm not saying most, all men think that she's so drama free, she's so pure, she's so understanding, she's so calm. But do you know what is the reality? The reality is very much sinister. The reality is lots of heartbreaks. The reality is lots of bad decisions. The reality is lots of one night stands. The reality is adultery. So the list is endless. So what seemingly seems purity at first will soon turn into your worst nightmare if you decide to invest into, and if you decide to prod more deeper into such women, because I have personally done that. I have personally done that to come out with such revelations, because I am not religious at all. I'm not spiritual at all. I just seek the truth. You can call me a truth seeker. And I will never rest until I've got into the bottom of it and until I've found why this lady is behaving this way. Because in my career so far, this is a trend now. Spirituality, religious, becoming religious. This is a trend. So I decided to venture into it and take it up as a study, that why are women suddenly turning religious, spiritual. And the readings which I found was ghastly. It was very bad, and it will shake you to the core when you come to know the reality which I have myself unearthed, which I have myself seen, and in like hundreds of real life cases. I have not read a single book, nothing. All of my research is based on practical knowledge. I'm a hands-on practical guy. I teach guitars also practically. I have studied also practically engineering. I have all the practical knowledge of an electrical engineer. And same way, even in psychology, all that I have is hands-on practical knowledge. So what conclusion I have come is that this is not the dream that you are imagining this to be. In reality, this is nothing but an escape. She is just trying to escape her bad past. This is the bottom line. What may seem as a epitome of beauty, epitome of purity, is nothing but an epitome of escape. Escape is the key word here. Nothing else. It's pure and sheer escape. Escape from reality. Escape from her bad past. Escape from her bad decisions. So this is what she's trying to escape. Which is why this is giving you that vision. This is giving you that aura of peace. Where in reality, it is anything but peace. Men think that if she's spiritual or religious, she must be nurturing, she must be loyal, and she must be drama free, right? That is the first impression which you guys get, right? But the reality is, they have a history of substance abuse, they have a history of violence in relationships, they have a history of all kinds of adultery, they have a history of big time unethical activities which they have done. And this is the reason why this has taken, all those have taken a severe toll on their psyche. Because ultimately, the persona, the heart, the mind can take only a limit of that. But when it surpasses, this becomes their escape, not identity. But majority of the fools, men, they think that this is their identity. Spirituality is their identity. No. This is not their identity. This is just their escape. And the sooner you realize this, the better it is going to be for you in the future, because they are master manipulators, which I have already told you in my past videos. It is embedded in them through their DNA. They are the kings, they are the queens of manipulation. And this is something which I would add in my list, in my studies. This will figure out prominently in their list of manipulation tactics. So, becoming spiritual is not just an escape, this is also one of their weapons of manipulation. Remember this, because through this weapon, they'll be trapping the unsuspecting prey. They are the predators here, and you are the prey. And this is their best trap to get hold of unsuspecting prey like you. Suppose a crocodile is waiting in the waters, ready to ambush a deer who would be coming to have a sip of water. So these ladies are the crocodiles, and you are the deer. Sorry to say, how much ever alpha you may call yourself, but you are the deer in this case. And she is that crocodile waiting. The moment you lower your neck to have a sip of water, she is going to pounce on you and attack you and drag you into the water, which I will be coming to. This point is very much prominent. That's why I used it. They will be dragging you into their waters. The next point is emotional manipulation disguised as healing. So these ladies will commonly use terms as energy mismatch, healing, chakras not aligning, all these sort of words they will be using. They will try to walk free from all the wrong actions she has committed in the past by using these words. That, hey, my vibes were not matching, my chakras were not aligning. So that's why this is going to be their justification. Suppose if you happen to stumble upon their past, if you happen to stumble upon their past deeds as well, she is not going to take the responsibility for their wrong actions. She is going to justify it in the words of emotional. This is a clear case of emotional manipulation, basically. But what they will be doing is they'll be always using these sort of words. Chakras not aligning, energy mismatch is one common word which they will be using. So whenever you hear such words, this is their the DNA thing which I had mentioned prior. This is their manipulation DNA at working at its best. It's that machine right in the fifth gear. It is working like a well-oiled machine. So what they are trying to do is they are trying to manipulate you into believing into the bad decisions which they had committed in the past by giving it names like energy mismatch, vibes not matching, bad connection, chakras not aligning. List is endless. They are experts in using such words. So, do you know what is the end result? Guy is just left thinking that he is not evolved enough, when in reality, she is just walking free from all the bad decisions she has made in the past. So, this is the truth. She gives that impression that the guy is absolutely not evolved, that he's just like a machine. He's just living, eating, breathing. Whereas she is the lady who has evolved to a higher ground. So she gives him, that guy, her present partner, the impression that he is not evolved at all and he does not understand anything. So in the process, the guy is left confused, wherein she is getting that ticket to walk away scot free from her bad decisions which she has made in the past. So, in short, spirituality is their one way ticket to get out of all the bad deeds which they have done in the past by manipulating their partners into believing that they are not evolved enough. This is the bottom line of my point, that they will start making you believe that you are not good enough in understanding. You are good enough. That's why you are there in her life. And in fact, you are the best safety net she can hope to have. She is now considering you as the safety net which she never got. Because in the past, these are the ladies who always chase the bad guys. They never chase the simps which she has settled for now. So now the boyfriend or that husband which she has, he is not that bad boy. He is that simp, because only simps, they are experts in catching hold of simps, because they have had very bad experiences with the bad boys in the past. So now they are very well aware. Now they are like 10 steps ahead of the game. So now they will now settle for a guy who is clueless about these things, and they are expert in manipulating on top of that. So they will manipulate him into believing that he's not evolved enough. And automatically, as I said, she is getting away scot free just by the virtue of she being evolved and he being not evolved. So that way, she's gaining the upper ground and she can justify all her past bad actions. Even if the husband comes to know about her past, she can evolve by using these fancy words. Chakras not aligning. So you get the drift. My next point is red flags hidden in rituals. So the seemingly innocent things like full moon rituals, crystal rituals, religious rituals, there are like hundreds of rituals for a religious or a spiritual person. These seemingly innocent things are used to hide a much more sinister design. It is used to hide their emotional instability. It is used to hide their deepest secrets which they have indulged in the past. These seemingly innocent sounding religious activities or spiritual activities are the perfect cover to hide whatever bad they have done in the past, in short. So, this is the perfect stow with him. They are completely stowing away in the form of these innocent looking things like tarot readings, whatever things these spiritual people indulge in basically. So this is their perfect cover basically. They can mask extreme emotional instability, impulsiveness, irrational thinking under the mask of spirituality. So just a few days back I was seeing this reel of this some girl called Rebel Kid. She was talking about tarot readings. Her tarot reader had asked her to go to Paris, not to stay here, all this bullshit. She is a clear case of what I'm trying to say. They have done all the bad actions. Now they're hiding under these tarot readings and all these things, not to take accountability for the wrong decisions. The best thing that this rebel kid, I'm not aware what exactly happened with her, but lots of reels got forwarded to me and people asked me to make a response video about whatever she had done. So little bit I know, but I saw one reel in which she was like crying, again a manipulation tactic. Then in one reel she was heard saying that my tarot reader, she gave me a lots of things. She said there is somebody who is trying to do bad for you, so now you leave the country so that her effects does not touch you. This is the exact thing which I'm trying to tell you. They will be hiding under the guise of these tarot things instead of taking direct accountability for their wrong actions. This lady could have easily taken accountability. She could have said, yes, sorry, I made a mistake, I beg for your forgiveness. But no, instead of taking the responsibility on her own shoulder, she is indulging in all these activities. She's going to Paris. Even there, she was like abusing the security guards, like complete crazy, out of the rail train, like completely crazy behavior, completely bad behavior. And that example completely fits into this point which I just said. So they hide under the guise of these religious and spiritual things, not to take accountability basically. My next point is the past doesn't matter card. These spiritual ladies, when asked about their past, they say, I'm now completely healed now. I'm completely spiritual now. They will now just try to take the help of the spiritualism to wriggle free from their bad past. So, in short, they will try not to take accountability for their bad past in the form of spiritualism. They will always justify saying that that phase is over. That was just a phase. I was not aware. I was not evolved. All these words they will use. And one thing common will be now I am. Now I am evolved. Now I'm all of the words which I was not earlier. Now I am all of that. So in short, they will brainwash their husbands or their boyfriends into believing that her past was somebody else. Yeah, this is also another word, is that was not me. I was not that person. I'm not that same person anymore. This is their common dialogue which they will always use. That was not me. I can't even imagine that was me. But now what I am is what I am. Now what you see is what I am. And now I'm completely spiritual. Now I'm completely evolved. Now they will show you that this is the best person you can ever hope to get. And whatever happened in the past, that was not her. That was somebody else, not her. And the funny part is, men buy that. They succumb to the explanation. And that way, what happens? She did not have to take any accountability. This is the classic ploy to deflect accountability. So, in short, she did not have to take any accountability whatsoever, and she could walk away scot free. My next point is the attraction to chaos. All of the spiritual ladies were not spiritual to begin with. They are now completely new to it. It's now a facade. They have just come here as a front, as in the spirituality is just their front, basically, to mask their bad past. It's common knowledge. So now they're addicted to the emotional highs and lows. A spiritual person who is genuinely spiritual, who is genuinely religious since like childhood or since ages, one common thing which you will see, they will always be in control of their emotions. They will always be in full charge. They will never get too excited. They will never get too instigated. They will always have complete control over their senses, be it physical senses like binge eating and these things. These things will not figure out in the actual mind of a spiritual person who have been following spiritualism or religion since like quite some time. But one thing common with these newly turned spiritual girls is that they will always have extreme emotional highs and lows. They will have no control over it. So this is one common way to catch one. You will ask me, your next question will be, sir, how do we find out whether she, because they will not say that I turned emotional now. They will be putting up in their storefront that like we are doing business since 100 years. We are doing business since, like they put no in the front of stores since no, no, since 1965 like that. So they will always try to sell us that they are like the epitome of spiritualism. They are doing this since ages. But how do we find out? So you can easily find out by the points which I just said, that they will never, they will never have that emotional intelligence. They will always get sucked into emotional highs and lows, which is never the case with a person who is a actual spiritual person, because they have complete control over their emotional highs and lows. So whenever you see them succumbing into emotional highs and lows, she is a surefire candidate of a fake spiritual person, or who has just got into it just to escape her bad past. Clear indication. Now, the next most common trait is she will say that she has healed. She will always insist that she has completely healed. But the reality is, only such a person will say that I have healed when she is exactly the opposite. She has absolutely not healed. I'm talking from the psychology point of view. Only a person who is already healed will never feel the need to even utter that at the first place. Will I ever say, hey, I'm healed, man? In any of my videos I'm making, I have exchanged like crores and crores of words so far, crores of sentences so far in my like 500 odd videos. But in any of my videos, did I ever say that I have healed, or like I'm healed? Anything related to healing, did I ever mention? Because a person who is already healed will never feel the need to utter those words. You're getting my point, what I'm trying to say. But these ladies in question, they will always use the words, hey, I have healed. They will not say I'm healing. They will say I have healed. That is only to hide the unhealed version of her, which is still unhealed. Basically, it is she's the reality. The translation is she is unhealed and she's trying her level best to heal, but she's unable to. That is the truth. So whenever you hear these spiritual ladies saying, I have healed, because now she's in a relationship with you, either she's married to you or she's your fiance or you guys are in a committed relationship, she will always insist, I have healed. So the biggest that is the biggest giveaway, basically, because the truth and reality is She's just hiding under the guise of spiritualism to mend her past, to heal herself. And the reality is, she has absolutely not healed. And if you ask me, I don't see her getting healed sometime soon. So if you ask me what's the best thing to do, get the hell out of that girl's life, or you will be ruining your life 120%. 120%, because I have personally dated such girls. Purposely, I have dated such girls to make my to know to get. I mean, they were my subjects for my research, basically, to know more about this, their tendencies. So, from personal experience, I'm saying you the only way for your survival is to get the hell out of their lives, because they are not going to get healed. They will try all these sorts of techniques like spiritualism, everything, but the truth is they are completely unhealed to the core, and it might take more than a lifetime in most cases for them to get healed. As simple as that. Now, time for my last and final point, which is going to make the maximum impact. She will try to heal you. She will want to heal you. And when she does that, she will be softening you. She will be taking away your masculinity. And in the process, she will be dragging you inside the water. I had given you an analogy some time back, you might recollect. I had said that she is there in the water, she's there lurking in the water, waiting for an ambush. She's waiting for that deer to come for a sip of water, whom she can pounce on and drag her into her territory. I had given you that analogy, which I said I'll tell you later. Now is the time to drive home my point. Now, she will, under the guise of spirituality, she will try to attract you into her domain, saying that I will heal you. And you get carried away and you walk into her trap. And what she does is she strips you away of your pride. She will strip you away of your masculinity. She will cut off your masculine edge, making you completely effeminate. And in the process, she is dragging you into the water, into her domain, into her territory, completely making you void of masculinity. So always stay away from such creatures. They are going to be very bad for you. Take my words for it. Mark my words for it. Always stick with natural, normal people. No, never ever get into the lives of such suddenly somebody. I mean, whenever you see somebody, some lady for that matter, who has suddenly turned religious, who has suddenly turned spiritual, who has suddenly turned spiritual, these are the biggest giveaways of a very traumatic and a troubled mind. They are not worth your salt, and as I said in my earlier point, they will, chances are that they might not get healed in this entire lifetime. So the best solution, if you ask me, is to stay away from them. Don't ever get into them, because like my last point, they will drag you into their own realm, into their realm. Well, you will be stripped of all your pride and masculinity. I've personally seen this happening with lots of my 1:1. That's why I'm issuing this warning. Stay away from them. I'll make a move for today. Jai Hind.